The sky darkened over the small hillside village, casting long shadows across its narrow, winding paths. The air, once warm and still, turned electric, charged with an eerie silence that often comes before nature's fury. Then, without warning, the storm struck. Winds howled through the trees, ripping leaves from their branches. Rain slammed into rooftops, turning dirt roads into rushing streams of mud. Thunder cracked like war drums in the sky, and lightning flashed so fiercely it lit up the entire village like day. In the chaos, cries filled the air, not just of the storm, but of fear. And then something more. A baby's wail. Somewhere on the edge of the village, a young child had been left behind. Separated from family in the scramble for shelter, the infant now sat exposed, stranded on a patch of flooded ground near a collapsing hut. Water rose around the baby's tiny legs. Debris floated by, shards of wood, plastic containers, broken shoes, all reminders of how quickly everything had fallen apart. People tried to reach the child, shouting over the roar of the storm, but the path was submerged, fast-moving waters slicing through the village like angry veins. It was too dangerous. No one could get close. The baby's cries grew softer, as if the storm itself was swallowing the sound. And then, silence. But the story wasn't over. It was just beginning. From the forest that bordered the village, something stirred. Wet leaves rustled as a shadow moved through the underbrush. Small, nimble feet stepped carefully over rocks and mud. Eyes scanned the destruction ahead, not with fear, but with focus. It was a monkey, one that villagers often saw swinging through trees, stealing fruit from baskets, or performing playful acrobatics from temple rooftops. They laughed at him, called him mischief, gave him names, threw peanuts his way. He was a part of their everyday chaos. But today, he was different. As if sensing something beyond play, the monkey approached the flooded area with cautious urgency. His fur was soaked. Raindrops slid off his face as he peered into the waterlogged path where the baby now lay, nearly silent. And he moved. With grace and speed, the monkey leapt forward, using fallen branches and debris as stepping stones. The current was strong, threatening to sweep anything away. But he adjusted, clung, jumped again. His movements weren't random. They were deliberate, focused. A few villagers noticed, their voices hushed. "Is he going for the baby?" No one could believe it, but it was real. This playful creature, usually seen as a thief or a clown, was risking everything to reach a helpless human child. The monkey paused once, gripping a broken bamboo pole. He looked ahead. The baby whimpered. He pressed on. Every step forward was a battle. The rain pelted his back, and muddy water surged around him. Yet the monkey pressed through like he knew what was at stake. He slipped once, his paw losing grip on a wet stone. But with stunning agility, he caught himself mid-fall, grabbed a hanging wire, and swung forward, landing inches from the baby. The child was barely moving now, wet, cold, frightened. The monkey crept closer and did something no one expected. He reached out gently and touched the baby's face. The baby flinched, then stared up, wide-eyed, breathing fast. And in that storm, in that moment of fear, something passed between them. The monkey wrapped one arm around the baby, pulling him close. He then crouched protectively over the child as the wind howled on. His tiny frame, soaked and shivering, shielded the baby as best it could. Villagers watched, stunned. Some had tears in their eyes. This wasn't instinct. This wasn't survival. It was something more. Call it empathy. Call it bravery. Call it the raw and mysterious bond between life forms. But that monkey was saving a life. With the monkey shielding the baby, a small group of villagers grabbed ropes and makeshift planks. The water had begun to recede just enough. They moved swiftly, carefully. As they reached the two figures in the flood's center, the monkey didn't run or panic. Instead, he looked up, eyes wide but calm, and slowly stepped back as if to say, "He's safe now." A man grabbed the baby and cradled him tightly. Another reached for the monkey, but he darted away, climbing a wall nearby and watching from above. Safe. but soaked and exhausted. The baby cried, a healthy, piercing cry this time. People clapped, cried, and called the moment a miracle, but no one clapped louder than nature itself. Light broke through the clouds as the storm moved on. The skies opened, and for the first time in hours, sunlight returned. The monkey, still perched on the wall, gave a soft chirp, one final look at the child, and then vanished back into the trees. He came from the wild, and to the wild he returned. But his actions stayed. In the days that followed, the story spread like wildfire. Local newspapers called it the bravest monkey in India. Wildlife officials confirmed the account, and behavioral experts scratched their heads in awe. This is not common, they said. This is not instinct alone. It became a symbol of hope, of compassion, of unexpected heroism. In a world where storms destroy and divide, a creature often dismissed as mischievous became a protector. The monkey reminded people that heroism doesn't always wear a uniform. Sometimes it wears fur, swings from trees, and appears when we least expect it. The villagers never forgot. Many began leaving fruit near the forest edge, not as a reward, but as a thank you. Some say they still see the monkey now and then, watching from the treetops. He never comes close, but when children play near the trees, he watches a little longer. Maybe he remembers. Maybe he just wants to make sure everyone's okay. The baby, he survived and thrived. And when he grows up, there will be a story waiting for him. A story not just of how he was saved, but of who saved him. A monkey, a storm, and an act of bravery no one saw coming. Because sometimes the smallest creatures carry the greatest hearts. And in the darkest moments, the most unexpected hero may be the one swinging just above us.